bro. I'm Tino Martino, and welcome to Mullet Talk, the show for people who got mullet hairstyles, short on top and long in the back. Today's a very special edition of Mullet Talk, as we welcome Penguins defenseman Ian Moran to the show. Ian?
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on. Normally, I would ask my guest, how's your mullet? But since you have an in-sync hairdo, I'll ask, how's your husband, Mrs. Moran?
Thank you. She likes my hair this way.
Well, I wanted you to be on the show, and I appreciate it, because I want to bring up the importance of the mullet hairstyle, particularly as it pertains to its historic significance in the game of hockey. Now, wouldn't you say that Mario Lemieux is one of the greatest players in the history of the sport?
For sure he is, if not the greatest.
And if it pleases the court, I'd like to ask, which hairstyle did he wear in his most productive years?
It was most likely, it was definitely a mullet.
It is a mullet, it was a mullet, and it forever shall be a mullet. Le Magnifique did not pertain to his hockey skills, but rather the most finely coiffed hairstyle in sports history.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Now, Ian, what part of Mario's anatomy has been bothering him as of late?
It's been his back.
That's right, his back. And isn't it true that his back started bothering him right about the same time he cut off his mullet?
I'm not sure, but if you know the info, then yes.
Yes, so it can be argued that the weight displacement of no longer having a mullet flap over number 66 placed undue stress on his spinal column, and in essence, removing his mullet stripped him not only of a certain level of coolness, but of the ballast it provided his back. The answer to Mario's ailing back is to regrow the mullet, correct?
I think you're right.
Furthermore, Ian, what hairstyle did Jaromir Jagr wear when he was at his best?
He had a mullet.
Damn straight he did, a mullet. Side by side with Mario, those dueling mullets were pelts of courage that struck fear into the heart of opposing goalies. And they not only said that these guys can play, but they'll probably kick your ass and bang your girlfriend after the game.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, now, no offense, Jaromir has been whining a little bit lately. Whining like, pardon the term, a little bitch. It's as if when Jaromir cut off his mullet, his nutsack went with it. So one has to agree, Ian, that the deadliest duo in the recent history of hockey were at their best when they had mullets. Correctamundo.
Yes, I agree with you. 100%.
Ian, I'd like to talk to you now. Ian, how many bones have you broken in your feet?
6 in my feet.
And what's the most recent injury you sustained?
I broke my thumb.
And did you ever have a mullet hairstyle when any of these injuries occurred, or were you always a pretty boy?
No, I was always a pretty boy.
You never had a mullet, not once.
No, I had a mullet when I was younger. I was never hurt.
You were pretty good then, weren't you?
Yeah, actually, I was all right. It was pretty good.
Ian, isn't it obvious that the mullet makes you stronger? We can't afford to lose you, Ian. We've gone through defensemen like Monica Lewinsky goes through Stainoff. Here's what I want you to do. Trade in your rice burner that you're driving for an IROC.
All right.
And change your name to Ian, because Ian,
Okay.
it leaves a little bit too much up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Listen to Molly Hatchet and Crocus before each game, and before you go to bed each night. Strap on the hockey helmet. Put in an 8-track of Eye of the Tiger and cut any hair that protrudes out of the top and the sides of the helmet, but never touch the back. Not once, not ever. Promise?
I'll think about it, but I'll promise.
Ian, you made me very happy.
Oh, thank you.
And the mullets salute you. But that's all the time we have for Mullet Talk today. I'm Tino Martino, reminding you that Hockey Hall of Famer Joey Mullen is only one letter away from a mullet.